birthday, mommy. Miss Dope Girl Fresh, Laura Styles holding it down. And of course, you know I have to check in with my boy, LowKeezy, doing his thing on the Midwest. LowKeezy, keep holding it down, baby. From New York to the Midwest, that's how we do it, baby. Yes, sir.
If God's for you, who can be against you? Know what I'm talking about? I stay in my lane. I stay in my lane.
Today I'm here with Phil Jones, aka LowKeezy, who's a man of all trades. He does everything from talk shows, music, and marketing. So let's just jump right into it.
Cool,
so you've been doing music for about 15 years.
Yeah.
What led you into the music industry?
Man, that's a good question. I would have to say probably my Uncle Marvin, rest in peace. He used to always, you know, come around when I was younger, just a baby, you know what I mean, bringing the boombox around, late 80s, and, you know, he just always had like Houdini, LL Cool J, all the like N.W.A., all the latest stuff. So, I mean, I was just always surrounded, and I mean, when I first heard it, it was like, man, I just fell in love with it, you know what I mean? And I always wanted to imitate it. And I mean, I can honestly say that I knew from the moment I started hearing that music, and then when I started being able to see the videos and seeing the visual with it, I knew that's what I wanted to do. I mean, I didn't have no doubts. It was like, oh, that's what I'm gonna do. So that's pretty much what got me started in the music.
Sweet. So you said you get your inspiration from N.W.A. and like old school artists?
Yeah, I would definitely have to say it really came from LL Cool J though.
Okay.
I mean, when he first came out, his swag was just like on a trillion. And you know, me seeing how all the females was just running to him and just, I was like, man, I gotta have that, you know what I mean? So,
that's gonna be me.
yeah. So, you know, at like 8 years old, I'm really out here like performing, you know, for the ladies, you know, like telling them, get a chair, you know, I perform this I Need Love by LL Cool J to you. I had my little fisherman hat and the little flashlight for a Kango, I mean for a microphone, you know what I mean? I was into it, you know what I mean? And that's really what got me, that's what inspired me, though.
Yeah,
so,
you spoke it into existence.
I'm a big believer on that, speaking it into existence, because you'd be surprised how you can speak good things into existence and even bad things, and that's kind of what, you know, transitioned me to stop, you know, rapping about everything I was rapping about.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's major. I mean, I believe law of attraction. If you want to attract something to you, there's ways you can do it. I definitely did everything that I set out to do. You know what I mean? Maybe I haven't made millions yet, but you know, I think I had to be humble before I get to
can make that millions.
yeah, definitely.
Sit down, be humble.
Yeah, definitely.
What age were you when you first wrote your first song, I guess?
Wow. My first, see, when I first started as a kid, I freestyled a lot. So I was just making up stupid stuff. And, but when I really wrote my first rap, it was with my boy, S.W.A.G.G. Smith. That's like my brother, my best friend, one of my best friends, and we wrote some. That's when kind of Snoop Dogg and that whole era was coming. So that's we had some stuff, but that's probably one of the first raps that I ever wrote.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I freestyled for a long time. I was good, you know what I mean? And beatboxing, like that was a big thing too, so I used to do that a lot, so.
So when you say you freestyled, you had to get your inspiration from somewhere. Where did you get the inspiration to write the rhymes you wrote?
When I first started, like my first rap I ever wrote? No, Snoop Dogg. I mean, like, you know, it went LL, and then it went to Snoop Dogg. That became the next person. I was like, he's killing it, you know what I mean? The delivery, the swag. So, I mean, around that time, I was just getting in, like, high school. So that's when I first wrote my rap. You know, I mean, at that time, me and my bro Top, we was like, okay, it's time to get serious. We about to do this, you know, crisscross, and everybody was out, and we looking like, man, we got that swag, why ain't we on? You know what I mean? We could do this. So it was like, okay, well let's write something, and we recorded like our first demo on a karaoke machine. So.
Sweet. So artists like Snoop Dogg and LL Cool J, they wrote their lyrics probably from their environment and what they saw. Is that kind of what you did too? Like what was happening in the streets and you wrote that?
Yeah, shout out to my neighborhood too. You know, that played a big part in just everything I am. Jefferson Square in Topeka. I mean, it was like, you know, you look at the Bronx, you look at Brooklyn, you look at Queens, you look at all their barrels, then you look at California, Compton, Inglewood, Long Beach. Well, we had Topeka and we had Jefferson Square. That was our barrel, you know what I mean? And it was pretty much the same thing. I seen a lot of the older, the OGs, you know what I mean? And they were rapping, you know, they had the Puma sweatsuits, the Nike sweatsuits and Kangos. So, you know, I was looking at them like, man, that's dope. I was watching them, you know, I was just a pup and they was big dogs, and, you know, some of them, you know, they was selling dope, you know what I mean, game banging. Some of them were star athletes, basketball players, football players. I mean, you had everything in that neighborhood. It was a beautiful thing, and it was a horrible thing at the same time, because unfortunately, I got to see the epidemic of where crack came to my neighborhood. Because when we first moved out there, you know, it was a nice neighborhood, kind of. You know what I mean? It was just middle class. Mostly blacks, but it wasn't bad yet, you know what I mean? But like, I got there, I think I moved there in like '86, so like the next 2 years in '88, it was just totally different, you know what I mean? It was like the neighborhood it turned upside down, but at the same time, it was still it grew me up, you know what I mean? 'Cause I'm saying, so yeah, it's kind of like the ghetto. I don't know if you're familiar with the old movie Goonies, but it was like the ghetto Goonies. It was just like we rode dirt bikes. We was doing everything, you know, a kid would do, but at the same time, we were seeing the OGs, and they wasn't doing the right things, but we were seeing it. And, you know, I think our parents was kind of, at that time, you didn't have the internet, and you didn't have TV like we have it, so you didn't really know. They didn't really know what we were experiencing. It's like, oh yeah, go play, and we just sitting at the park seeing everything.
Like, no, Mom, you may not want me to go. You may want me to stay at home.
I mean? Yeah, so we seeing pimping, dope, everything, but we just kind of sitting. We're at that age where we just kind of taking it in, but that's definitely where I got a lot of my inspiration from, because that's when the beat when you start having cars with all the beat coming in, and all the thump in the trunk. So we seeing all that, and you just like, you hearing all the latest songs and what's hot, and that's when I'm hearing DJ Quick and different artists. I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to really get in here. And I mean, that's what I'm thinking at a young kid. I'm like, man, wait till I get my break. You know, a lot of the people around me, they was like into sports real heavy. I really wasn't into it, you know. I was more into just this music thing. That was it. I was focused on it, you know what I mean? So that was me. But I mean, I was just a different kid. I studied it, you know, while everybody else might have been studying how do I sell dope, or how do I become the biggest dope boy, or the best athlete, or even the ones that want to be lawyers and doctors. I was studying the music game. Like, I'm really studying, just focused, like, oh, okay. And I'm not only studying that, but I'm studying the whole entertainment game. So I'm studying. So when Fresh Prince of Bel-Air came out, I was like, you know, that's me. You know, he's hood. He's from the hood, but he's not caught up in the hood like that. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, I'm the Fresh Prince of J Square, and that became my motto. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna be the Fresh Prince, because everybody knew me. They knew I wasn't. It's like, oh, that's Lil Phil. He's just a little cool kid. You know, he ain't into all the bad stuff. He's just a little cool. I mean, I was bad, but it was mischievous bad, you know, just maybe throw rocks at cars and stuff.
Who didn't do that?
Right, but never. I knew, I was smart. I knew what was wrong, you know what I mean? I remember the first time I was approached by a drug dealer. It was at a mall. And I remember I was in there because my mom worked there, so she just let me run around the mall. And I remember it's like when it was, the gangs and everything was just really starting. And the dude, he came up to me, and I was like, no, actually, I went up to him because he was getting some Jordans. I was like, man, them is tight, man. I love them shoes. He was like, oh, for real? He's like, man, come here, little man. I'll get you a pair. I was like, I'll be right back. You know, I already knew what was about to go down. You know, so I was always kind of smart and kind of knew what came with the territory. So I never really got into the you know, the bad stuff. I just wanted to do music. I was always focused 100% on music.
So would you say music kind of kept you out of trouble?
Definitely.
Yeah, so it's like your safe haven.
Yeah,
Awesome.
definitely.
So you've been doing music for a while.
Mm-hmm.
What keeps you motivated?
Yeah, basically, what keeps me motivated is, because it's tough.
It is.
I mean, especially in this, trying to do music, you gotta love it. And I guess that's what it comes down to. I love it. I really love doing it. I love everything about it because you really don't make it unless you're getting that support from people. And I'm telling you, getting support from your family and friends is one of the hardest things
it is.
a musician can do. You know what I mean? It's like you have days where you're like, man, is my music not good? What is it? You know what I mean? Like if you post a video and you got 5,000 friends and most of them is your family and you only get like, you know, 20 likes on the video, you thinking like, what is it? You know, what's the problem? So it's definitely, I tell you what, if you get 1 or 2 fans that really support you, that right there alone will keep you motivated because they won't let you quit. They keep asking you, well, when you doing that? And, you know, I've had times where I'm like, man, I think I'm gonna be done. You know, I'm about to do my last album. And, you know, you have people like, nah, you can't do that, not yet. You still got something to give, you know what I mean? So it has to be the music, but not the love for music, but not only that, now I would have to say my biggest motivation to keep me going is God, because now I'm working for Him, and it really don't matter about the money or anything, the fame. It's just really trying to get the point across, you know what I mean, to God and for His people, you know what I mean? So that's really what keeps me motivated these days, is just trying to put out positive music to keep people's heads up, you know what I mean?
Awesome. Well, we talked a little bit earlier how you used to rap this type of genre and now you do gospel. A lot of us, when we're doing that walk with God, something happens for us to be like, dang, I really need to depend on God right now in my life. So what was it in your life that was like, God, I want to do this for you. I want your glory to be shown and not mine?
Obedience. You know what I mean? God's been talking to me because not only, like I said, growing up in the hood and all that, I mean, I had a praying mom. Like that was, I mean, you know, everybody loves their mother. But they're just, to me, it ain't no mom like my mom. Like she instilled that Bible in me and the wisdom. You know, she didn't make it difficult for me. She straight up told me, look, you're not gonna understand the Bible. You're not gonna understand everything in the Bible. Read Proverbs. And what I didn't realize is Proverbs was basically just wisdom.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So at a young age, I was reading Proverbs all the time. If I had a bad day or, you know what I mean, just something went wrong, she was like, read Proverbs. Or she would give me like these daily words, and it's like just a little uplifting book that has Bible scriptures in it. So I would read those and I would always feel better. So I always had that instilled in me, even though that I was living another life. I always knew in the back of my mind what I was really meant to do. And you know, God's always talking to me. You know what I mean? He's always kind of telling me, like, you know what you're supposed to be doing. It's always in the back of your head when you really know, but I was hard-headed. You know what I mean? I just kept, like, you know, every time I would open the Bible when I was getting older doing music and stuff, I kept opening it. It was the same scripture, and it was basically the scripture talking about, you know, we shouldn't have corrupt talk coming out of our mouths. You know, basically, man, it's just quit talking corrupt. You know what I mean? And it's funny because my first real album was called Corruption.
Oh, wow.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, what in the world? And that's all we did was talk corrupt. You know what I mean? And, you know what I mean? Some of the stuff I wasn't even living that. You know what I mean? I wanted to, but I wasn't. You know what I mean?
Isn't that crazy? It's like you want to do it and you got this thing in your heart. It's like, stop. Like, you know better.
Like, so basically that's what happened, you know. And then eventually, like I was talking about earlier, speaking stuff into existence, I kept rapping about it. And then the things start coming true, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm starting to see homeboys get 50 to life. I'm starting to see homeboys get shot. I'm starting to see best friends I grew up with get shot. I'm in clubs when the club's getting shot up.
Wow.
I'm walking out there. I'm getting, you know what I mean? I'm just always in the middle, but I'm always walking out. You know what I mean? Thank God for that. I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? That could have easily been me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm doing shows. I'm going to perform, but I'm ended up in a bunch of BS because of shootings, and now I'm being, you know, people coming to me, you know, trying to talk to me about a dang murder. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to perform. You know what I mean? So it's, you know, going through all that, and then, you know, of course, just in life when you have a family, basically I hit rock bottom spiritually. You know what I mean? I couldn't. Just everything that was going on in my life, I couldn't deal no more. It was like, man, you just give up mentally. You know what I mean? I was broken, and you know, just things going on around me. It just mentally broke me, spiritually broke me, and started physically breaking me. You know, I'm like, I'm done. You know what I mean? And then that's when you take the time and you just have to talk to God and fast and find yourself. You know what I mean? It was just a lot of talking to God, and you know, it's crazy because I was done then. That's how I knew music was in me, because I told God, I said, well, you know, if I ever you know, give my life fully to Christ, I'm done rapping. That's corny. I'm not gonna be a Christian rapper. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? I was like, I'll speak the word some other way. I'll get it out, but I ain't gonna be rapping.
Yeah.
Man, I went downstairs one night and I just played this beat and all of a sudden, I just got up and I freestyled the whole intro to my album.
Yeah.
It just came out of nowhere, you know what I mean? Because I was done, you know what I mean? But it was funny how everything came to me, because right at the time, you know, I was recording at studios. But my homeboy gave me all his studio equipment right around the time I was going through all that. So I was like, man, I got all this equipment. What am I going to do with it now? I just like, all right, I'll go down here and play with it. And when I did it, man, it was like God wrote it. You know what I mean? He spoke it through me. I was like, where did that come from? And after that, it was just on. It's like, okay, I hear you, God. I guess I will still be doing music for a little bit longer. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it's just, this could be the last album, it might not be. You know, whatever is now is just whatever God puts in my heart. If it's in me, I'm gonna put it out there. Because I could, at any given time, I feel like it's easier to write, because now I'm writing real stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like that's why the name of this album is called I Owe You. Yeah. And it's not really just saying I owe God, but it's like I owe everybody around me. I owe my daughter, my son, my wife, myself. I owe all the people that I used to perform for. I owe them an album like this. If I could give them all that stuff, that BS that I was selling them, all that poison, I could at least give them an album, you know, about God and about my testimony, pretty much, you know what I mean? Because life is about more than what I was rapping about in the past, you know what I mean? So now I'm just trying to speak life into people, because there's people out here that's just depressed, you know what I mean? And it really is, when you try to do this, it gets draining hearing other people's stories sometimes, because it's just like, man, and then it makes you thankful. Like, what I got to cry about or complain about? You know, there's people out here really sick, mentally, physically, you know what I mean? Let me speak some life into people, you know what I mean? So even if my situation is bad, I'm gonna try to make something good out of it, you know what I mean? So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So do you have a place where you feel God talks to you best at, to get you inspiration to write the songs you write?
I mean, it just happens.
It just happens.
It just happens. Like, you know, be humble, sit down. You tell me that all the time, you know, like, it just happens, you know, like, there's still times, and that's the thing, too. People think just because you're a Christian now, that things are perfect, and you don't do this, and you don't, well, that's not true, you know what I mean? The biggest thing I want to get out is I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea about me, you know what I mean? I'm just a cool, calm, collective cat. I'm still chill. That's why the brand is called S.W.A.G.G, you know what I mean? Because I still, you know what I mean? I still can be cool. I know God, you know, you ain't got to be all, take your jewelry off, take your earrings off. You don't got to do all that. If you like it, you like it. I know I can't take none of it with me. You know, that's the main thing. I know I'm not going to kill for it. I'm not going to drain my soul trying to get it. If I got it, I got it. If I don't, I don't. You know what I mean? So I think that's the biggest thing, is just letting people know that, you know, Christians, I still have cats out in the streets, you know what I mean, that are deep in the streets. But they know what I do, and they respect that. And I feel like God talks to you through people sometimes.
Yeah.
And I feel like as long as I do what I'm supposed to do, and I go out every day with the armor of God on me, I'll be all right. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I know, I know now that I have to be obedient. There is no more, oh, you get a second chance. I got a lot of chances. You know what I mean? So it's to that. We're at that point now where I'm like, I know I can't keep messing up. You know what I mean? It's just like a kid. You know, you can only mess up so many times where your parents is finally gonna give you that beat down. Like, all right, I hate to do this to you. But you about to get that beat down, you know what I mean? And God's that's our Father. So, you know, he give us chances. I had a lot of them, you know what I mean? And I might have been able to do great things with some of the chances I got, but I blew it. That's all it comes to. I blew it for being disobedient. So now it's just like, you know, I got to just chill and try to do my best. But I still got people around me. I still rap with people that don't do gospel rap, but I tell you what, you're not gonna hear me cursing. You're not gonna hear me talking about things that are evil. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be speaking that God flow, and they know that. So either they gonna be down, they're gonna rock with me, or they not. But they know my lane, and I know their lane. But I'm trying to help them, guide them. I ain't gonna preach to them. They don't want to hear that 24/7. The best way to I think the best way to live is to live by example. Because some people, you'll be the only Bible people ever read, is the way you live your life. Some people will never read the Bible, but they'll look at you and be like, well, he did that, he does that, you know what I mean? So I ain't gonna lie, it's tough, because I always feel like I got eyes on me, not just God, but I got kids watching me, friends watching me, wives watching me. Everybody's watching me, because they like, okay, what's he gonna do, you know what I mean? Because it's tough being the good guy, because you mess up one time, you know, it comes down hard. The bad guy, they're like, oh, he gonna do, that's what he do. He good, just let him be, you know, that's what he does. But when you're a good guy and you mess up, they're like, I knew it wasn't good. I knew he was faking, you know what I mean? So it's crazy because actually me and my bro Top, we was working on an album together. And I mean, like this was probably one of the hardest things that I had to do, was call him and be like, look, man, I ain't gonna be able to do this album. And you know, honestly, I really think that was about to be the album too. That was about to put us on top. You know what I mean? It was just that dope. And you know, we've been rocking with each other since we was like 8 years old, 7, 8 years old, you know what I mean? So to have to, and then we never really got an album out together. This was about to be our first album together, because we was always rapping together, but we never just put out a full album. So when I had to do that, it was kind of like, man, like it really brought tears to my eyes, because I could tell that he was hurt and he didn't really get it. And that's one of those things where it's just like, man, that's probably one of the hardest things I had to do, for real, because that was tough. I mean, it still is, because I think still, because of that, it's kind of messing with him right now, business-wise, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it's still music out there, and that's something else too for people that might come across my music. I hope they don't think that I'm still putting out this type of music just because they see something that I've done in my past. Because people are judgmental, man.
They are.
They look for anything. They're like, wow, this dude, he ain't no Christian rapper, you know what I mean? But you know, I told my brother, I was like, man, put the album out, man. It's old. It ain't what I did. I mean, this is you too. You know what I mean? But it did cause a lot of confusion. You know what I mean? But I mean, that's how God works though, because that's what I'm saying about, just because everybody's not rapping about God don't mean that they don't know God and can get close to him at any time. So, you know, I got like cats on my album that never talked about God, but you know what? They on my album talking about God. You know, they know all about Jesus on my album, and hey, that's where it goes to speak it into existence. They telling me the same, and it's funny because I'm hearing the same things I was saying. Oh, bro, I ain't gonna do no gospel album. I'll probably put one out a couple of years from now. I'm like, that's what's up, man. Yeah, you do that. You know what I mean? Because all I know is God, you can't tell God what you're going to do.
He gonna
and
do
that's
it.
what I used to do. You know, I used to always tell God my plans, but I learned to just let them work. So I would have to say, you know what I mean, that's what keeps me going and doing this. And
Awesome.
Has me in this lane. I'm sorry, I mean, you asked me a question, I took it to
no, that was great.
But yeah.
So, your music is for everyone, non-believers, believers, people that have strayed away, all that stuff. So what's the message you want to be taught in your music?
What's the message?
Yeah.
Obedience, honestly.
Obedience.
That's my thing.
Yeah.
I mean, because I know how, I mean, I don't want to get into too much, you know. I don't want to preach to nobody, but I mean, obedience is just real. You know what I mean? You can do, you know, people, well, I just like this. I feel this way. I want to do what makes me happy. I want to YOLO. You only live once. Okay, yeah, that's cool.
But look where it gets you,
you only live once, but you're going to live again somewhere else, and you got to choose that. I mean, there's a lot of lost people out here, you know what I mean? And I look online and I'm like, people just talking crazy, you know what I mean? People arguing. Some people know God, some people don't. Some people believe in God, some people don't. Some people are this religion, some people are that religion. So I'm just like, every comment doesn't need an opinion in my opinion. So I just chill. I just let my music speak for it, but I'm just trying to let people know you got to be obedient, you know what I mean? Or you just going to keep getting beat up. You can have heaven on earth if you really want it. You can have it, you know what I mean? But you got to create it. It's law of attraction, you know what I mean? If you want that life, you can have it, but you just got to be peaceful, you know what I mean? It's just so much rage and anger out here, and I just try to steer away from all that and just bring that positive energy, peace of mind, you know what I mean? I don't like arguing with people. It's like draining.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
is.
So I'm not gonna argue with anybody. I'm gonna say my piece. If you don't like it, then hey, it's cool. I still love you. You know what I mean? Move on. So yeah, I just want people to get obedience and understand that it's cool to live a life, but just put God first. You know what I mean? And try to do the best you can out here, and give your life to Him, and before it's too late. It's never too late until it's too late. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's just how I feel about it. So I think obedience, and then of course positivity. I try to get that out of my music too. Just, you know what I mean, just it's that West Coast, that good summer. I got that summertime feel good music. You know, something you can just play at a barbecue. It's still inspired by, like, I still listen to DJ Quick, you know, just to get the beat, the melodies, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna fake it, you know what I mean? I like the sound, you know what I mean? But that's another thing Christians do that I don't like, is they I don't listen to hip-hop Christian music. It all sounds the same. Yeah, it might, but when you really listen to it, you know, I wish there was music like that when I was coming up, because I was listening to it for the beats and the melodies. If you really listen, you're gonna hear them lyrics, you know what I mean? Because I'm speaking it into existence. So I don't really, you know what I mean? People they got their ways, and my music is for those who want to hear it. I guess gotta let the ears that need to hear it.
He will.
That's the way I feel.
Put the right people in it.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think we can learn a lot from you. Some, like, people that are chasing their dreams. What are some words of encouragement you can give? Never
give up. You know what I mean? I'm still chasing it. You know what I mean? I'm still chasing that dream, but I'm living it while I'm chasing it. You know, that's the best part, is chasing the dream. It is. Once you get it, then you kind of you get bored. You gotta find another dream. So I say keep chasing your dream. Don't ever stay away from dream killers too. You find other dream chasers and chase, and go chase with the dreamers. Don't hang with the killers, because there's a lot of dream killers out there. So I think if you just stay motivated and keep believing in yourself. I mean, believe in God first, but then believe in yourself. Ain't nobody gonna believe in you like you believe in yourself. You know, that's that Mamba mentality. You gotta have that. So you gotta just gotta keep going, shoot for the stars, and never give up, for real. And keep God first. You'll be all right. You know what I mean? So some people, you gotta look at people like, most of them billionaires didn't make it till they was like in their 30s or 40s. You know what I mean? I'm looking at Steve Harvey, one of the biggest guys out here. He didn't make it till like late 30s, 40 maybe. You know what I mean? Samuel L. Jackson. He playing in all the superhero movies, all this, but he, you know, he was old when he made it. You know what I mean? Old to most people, but yeah, he made it though. You know what I mean?
It's a thing. It's called appreciate the process. Because in the process you learn a lot of things. So in this process, it sounds like you learned about obedience and just never giving up, which is awesome.
Faith, a lot of faith.
Yes, walking by faith and not by sight.
Yeah, absolutely, and hope. You know what I mean? If you got hope, faith, belief, and God first, you go a long way.
Yay.
You know what I mean?
So what is the goal for you in the next couple years, 5 years from now? Where do you hope to see yourself? I know we talked about the Lakers.
Yeah.
Doing something with
You
that,
know the Lake Show. Shout out to the Laker La Familia land. You know what I mean? They hold me down. But yeah, man. Honestly, to be real with you, how many years you say?
Maybe 5.
5?
Yeah.
I just want to be so comfortable where I could just go to every Laker game. And
With
just,
me, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go. You already know. You know, VIP status, man. So
Courtside.
yeah, I'm just trying to be the next Jack Nicholson, you know what I mean? I just want to be comfortable and healthy, you know what I mean? And have my family healthy, and that's the biggest success story to me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Comfortable.
And that's what, when you stop thinking about money, that's what you appreciate everything.
Right, absolutely.
I don't need money to make me happy. I got my family, I got God.
Yeah.
All my dreams came true. I'm straight.
Yeah, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. And then to be able to help other people. You know what I mean? So that's one of my biggest dreams, is to be able to help other people.
Yay. So what can we be looking forward to now? Are you dropping anything?
Well, September 30th, get ready. It's about to be LowKeezy Day. I'm dropping my album, I Owe You, 24, that number Kobe, and then I'm going to be dropping my talk show, my first episode from Self-Motivated, my new talk show, same day.
So where can we find this at? The album and the talk show? iTunes.
Yeah, iTunes,
okay.
And my talk show will be blasted on YouTube, on my channel, NMW Media and Marketing. So you could just go to that to be on that YouTube page. Of course, if you are on any of my fan pages, you'll see it. I'll be blasting it. Because like I said, nobody gonna promote you like you promote yourself.
Yeah, you gotta have your back first before anybody else can.
Right, for real.
So September 30th, what day is that? Is that a Wednesday?
Saturday.
Saturday?
Yeah.
That's a good day
Saturday
to drop
love.
it.
Saturday love, yeah. So.
Well, I'm Regan Smith, and that is all for this segment with LowKeezy. Be sure to check out his album, his talk show, September 30th. We'll see you next time.
Appreciate you.